Okay, let's start doing a Monte Carlo simulation, and these numbers will be given. The sales number, sales forecast, be 500,000. The variable costs, the forecast be given 200,000, and fixed cost forecast 120,000. And to calculate the profit, we'll use a formula. Profit equals sales minus variable costs minus fixed costs. It automatically calculates sales. Standard deviation will also be given, and that's an estimate or a forecast. And we'll use 75,000 standard deviation for sales and 50,000 standard deviation for variable costs. Now, to generate a random number for sales, we will use the norm.inverse function. To randomly generate a number, we put random close brackets and generate a random number with a curve under a normal curve with a mean of 500,000 and a standard deviation of 75,000. And there's that random number generated. 471,227 is a random number. If you keep pressing F9, you'll continue to generate a random number there. I can't do this because I'm recording, and that F9 gives a different command. So let's just set up a random number for variable costs. The same formula, norm.inverse. Choose a random number with this command, random number, brackets, and a random number with a mean under the normal curve with a mean of 200,000 and with a standard deviation of 50. And then we have a random number generated there, 208,000. Just format the cells. Okay, and let's fixed cost will also be 120,000, and the random profit will be equals sales minus variable costs minus fixed costs. So there's a random profit there of 342,000. See an error there. Actually 52,000. Okay, now we want to set up reiterations. That's the power of Monte Carlo. We can set up 1,000 or 1,000,000 reiterations. That is a random profit number. So to set up this table, our first reiteration will be this number here. So it equals the cell there. So there we have the first of our table. Now let's just say we want to, you can see these random numbers now being generated as I fill out the table. Okay, let's say we want to fill out this table of random numbers. Let's just say 200 random numbers. So the first step is to highlight the two cells here. So we want to highlight 200 cells. So 207 is at 7, so let's put it to 207. Okay, so we've highlighted 200 cells there. And we want to fill out this table with 200 random numbers. We have the first one there, so 199. So what we do is to go data, what if analysis, data table. We want to fill out this data table that I have highlighted. We leave the first one blank, and here we click on any empty cell to fill out the table. Okay, that's how we will fill out this table. And there we have the table filled out with 200 random numbers of profit. Now, the idea of doing a Monte Carlo simulation is to calculate different probabilities. So let's say the profit, calculate the probability the profit is, we're losing money. Probability less than 0, for example. So we want to count in this table the number of times we lose money. So we do the COUNTIF function. COUNTIF, the range is B7 to B207, and we put the criteria in brackets, less than 0. And it'll go through that table and count the number of times it's less than 0, and we see it's 4 times it's less than 0. To put this into a percentage, we'll divide it by 200 values times 100. So it's 2.5%.